What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. You are tuned in once again with Cindy. In today's video, I'm just gonna be sitting here and chit-chatting with you guys a little bit, and I'm gonna give you a life update 1 year post Achilles rupture. A year ago today, I had a really bad injury to my Achilles tendon, and I was really hurt, devastated, and just really not understanding what was going on in my life. And I am finally a year post it, and I can say that I have just tremendously changed, and that it has been probably one of the biggest things I actually needed to overall grow and to be who I am today. I will say that a year ago I looked for videos like this, and I wanted to see somebody like talk about this and to really reveal to somebody like me who needed a little bit of motivation, because I was really feeling low and nobody posted. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm the only person who's ever had this experience, but I'm sure people just don't share this part of it and don't really share the hard times. And I want to kind of share with you guys where I'm at now, mentally, spiritually, physically, all of it. I want to tell you the ins and outs of it pretty much, kind of like where it all started, because I didn't really go into depth about it during the whole process. But now that I'm kind of getting back to who I used to be, I'm a little bit more comfortable talking and sharing about it. So if you haven't yet, just make sure you subscribe to my channel just for more videos like this. I like to post my workouts, and I like to post videos on my faith and how to develop a stronger faith life, as well as health and motivation. So if you haven't yet, make sure you consider subscribing. So a year ago today, I was headed to Boston, Adidas Boost games actually, and I felt some pain in my Achilles before in another street race in the UK. I went into this meet just knowing I had a lot of pain. There was a little voice in the back of my head saying, Cindy, don't do it, just take it off, you'll be okay. But I don't think I actually explained, I had another injury in the indoor season of that year, right after the Olympics, y'all. Like, it was like, 2017 was just, so much happened in that year. I can't even explain how much happened. And I just really wanted to race. I knew I needed some races to get in because I felt kind of behind because I didn't have a full indoor season. So I was like, okay, you know what? I don't care if I'm feeling pain. I'm going to run. I'm going to push through this pain, and I will be okay later on. I'll work on it afterwards. Not a good decision. If you feel something, pay attention to that, because you will end up having an injury. So yeah, I felt some pain, ran the first half of the race, and then it popped. You know, I actually didn't feel the pop. I had so much adrenaline, and I have a very high pain tolerance. So to be honest, it was my natural body stopping me, but if I could, I would have continued the race because of how high my pain tolerance is. And my natural body just, like, my foot literally was not connected. My tendon was not connected anymore, so I couldn't. So I had to stop in the middle of the race. I didn't really know at the time that I did rupture it, but I definitely felt like this wobbly feeling, and it felt like it was not attached any longer. But in my head, I was just like, you know what, it's just a strain, it'll be fine. People were clapping for me off the track, which is not fun because you just don't want to be in that position. Went to the doctor a couple days later, and he just did a few tests, and he's just like, this looks like you tore it. And he's like, I don't even really need to see an MRI, but obviously you need to get an MRI just to confirm it. And I was so heartbroken. Like, these were the worst words ever to hear. And then he also told me, like, a lot of people don't get back to how they used to be. Just be aware of that from this injury. Whew, y'all, like, I can't even explain how many tears flew down my eyes at that point. I was so hurt. I was like, really? And I also had to miss out on the London World Championships of last year. My goal was to get there because I was so determined after having such a good Olympic Games in 2016 to be in the best position to possibly get there and possibly medal if I had the opportunity. And it was hard to hear that I couldn't even compete, let alone maybe not even get back to my old self. So imagine how I was feeling. It was not a good feeling. But I will say, 365 days out now, it was definitely something I needed in my life. I learned so much through the process, y'all. I'm a new person because of how much I've grown and how much the Lord has revealed to me during this time, and who I am now is not who I used to be. So mentally, I'm a lot more confident. I know who I am outside of my sport. Granted, it's good to be, confident in the sport, and I am. But I know that the accolades don't define who I am. My competitions don't define who I am. And I'm just a lot more confident of a person. And I also just appreciate being able to train now. Like, I am so grateful for every little thing I can do, because I had a time when I could not do those things. So now when I step on the track, my mentality is, I'm just grateful to be here. I'm excited to push. I'm excited to run to the best of my ability, I'm excited to be better than I was yesterday. So I have this drive now, y'all, that never was there before. It's a very excited drive, and it's very like liberating to know that I'm here to make a difference in the sport, and I want to show that I can be back to who I used to be, but better. So that's one of my goals mentally now, is to just really just get in the mindset of you are not defined by your performances, and also not everybody's going to be there for you. So during difficult times, and I'm sure a lot of you may be aware, but during difficult times, you are pretty much shown who is there for you and who isn't. So I have had people leave my life because I wasn't performing, and that's okay. I've had people show me that they were just my friend because of what I was doing, and that's okay too. It just shows me who was there. And there's people who are really there for me, my family, some of my really close friends, some of my newfound friends who really loved me for me and didn't love me for what I did on the track. So that really helped me too, just realize like, yeah, I'm gonna be okay with or without competing at the moment. So that really helped me. But overall, like, I am so good mentally towards the track. Also spiritually, I have grown, and you guys know this from all my YouTube videos, but my spiritual side has increased tremendously. I've always been a Catholic girl since I was born. I was baptized into the faith, but I didn't truly have an intimate relationship with the Lord until this hard time happened, because he gave me so much more time to really reflect and to really grow in his word. And honestly, let's be real, like when you're a professional athlete, you're traveling so much and you're just on the circle with different people all the time that you don't really have time to build a strong foundation if you haven't already. So God used this time for me to have this foundation, that when things do get busy again for me and when I do travel, I'm able to rely back on him and to really go back to spending time with him, because it was such a natural thing for me to do in this past year. So I'm just really blessed to have had this experience, y'all. Like, if I hadn't had this injury, maybe the things that I've worked on wouldn't have happened. So the Lord knows what he's doing. And if somebody said, Cindy, would you do it all over again? Like, if you went back to that day last year, would you still have run? Probably not. But would you have like wanted to be injured? I never would have wanted to be injured, but I definitely love the growth that came from it. It's benefited me in so many ways. Physically, y'all, and I'm sure a lot of you are curious about this, I am pretty much normal again. They pretty much like I guess knitted the tendons back together, so it's like a small incision in my Achilles, and it's pretty much stronger than it used to be. I actually have had a really weak Achilles my whole career, and I didn't realize that. It's just been decaying for a long time. So now I have a stronger Achilles tendon, and physically I'm doing really well. The workouts have been going amazing. I'm gonna have a few competitions lined up soon, so I'm really looking forward to just being back on the track and to show all the hard work I've put in. I have used this time to really just focus on all other parts of my body. So I look at myself sometimes and I'm just like, who is this girl? Like, she's so different with her mentality. She looks so different physically. She walks with a different confidence, but it's all obviously by the grace of God, but also just because of all the time and effort I have put in during this year. So I just want to show or share with anybody out there that if you have an Achilles rupture, you have some injury, you have some life circumstance that's making you feel stressed or making you feel really low, just know that time truly heals all wounds, literally and metaphorically. So you're gonna have times where it's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys like, oh, it was a piece of cake, like I got through it. No. Furthest thing from that, actually. It was hard, mentally especially. I had to take some time to myself, kind of get off social media and other platforms where I was reminded constantly of not competing, and just take time where I just focused a lot on just being in a happy place, pretty much. So yeah, I just needed some time of reflection, time to myself, time spiritually with God. Just know that you are gonna be okay, whether or not you understand that at the moment, and just continue to be patient. Patience truly is the key with the recovery process. You have to just take your time to get back to who you used to be and grow. Use your time wisely. Make yourself better through the circumstances. Embrace what is happening to you as something that's gonna truly bring you to become somebody brand new, because I'm on the other side of it all and I see what it's done for my life, and I believe that anybody can use any circumstance, and God puts all these things in our lives to truly grow us and to truly make us use that circumstance to just better us. You guys, we might not understand why it's happening at the moment, we may not see what it's doing in the moment, but just know that in time will tell, and in time you will be where you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to be. So please know that you're not alone, and just continue to have confidence in who you are and who God has created you to be. And I believe that whatever circumstance and problem you may have in your life, you will be okay, because I know that I am way more than okay than I thought I would be. So thank you for tuning into this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and comment down below. something you may have liked or something you felt like you related to. If you had some circumstance that's similar, then let me know about it because I would love to hear about it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, as well as make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's just at Cindy O'Feely, and I will be posting updates about like where I'm going to be competing and more motivation on there more consistently. So yeah, don't forget to follow me on there, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.